Welcome to this video in which I am going to discuss do's and don'ts of using the apostrophe. And my focus will be using an apostrophe with pronouns, various personal pronouns. Now, let us look at these examples. First of all, before that, do's and don'ts. When I discuss this phrase do's and don'ts with my friends, colleagues, some of them suggest, oh, I should have put an apostrophe after do. But that is not correct. So first let me show you the phrase. As you can see here, do's and don'ts. So S without an apostrophe means do's is the plural of do and don'ts is the plural of don't, which is the contraction of do not. So let me return. Look at these sentences. It's raining heavily without apostrophe. I put the toy on the shelf, but it fell from its place. An apostrophe, you can see here. The fault is not mine but yours with an apostrophe. Yours sincerely with an apostrophe. One should respect one's elders, no apostrophe. Give me some mangoes, the ripe ones, an apostrophe. Buy a kilo of apples, small ones, an apostrophe. Ram goes to school by bus, apostrophe. All the schools are closed due to the pandemic, with an apostrophe. These are the errors that the students and sometimes adults also in India make. So we will look at the correction part now, how to use apostrophe, where to use. Now look at it after corrections. It's raining heavily with an apostrophe. Here it's is the short form of it is. So it's is the contraction of it is raining heavily. I put the toy on the shelf, but it fell from its place. Here there is no scope for an apostrophe. The fault is not mine, but yours. No apostrophe is required here. Yours sincerely, without an apostrophe. Students wrongly put an apostrophe before S. That is totally wrong. So let me show you a graph of personal pronouns, table of personal pronouns. So here you see subject I, in the left column you, he, she, it, we, you, they, and so on. So this is the possessive form of I, mine, and possessive determiner is my, mine, my. This is called possessive determiner because my must be followed by a noun like my mother, my book, my country. But here mine is possessive doesn't need a noun. So India is a nice country. The country is mine. Okay, look at other examples. You and yours. So here you see no apostrophe has been used. Okay, his is simple. Now hers, she, her, hers, without an apostrophe. It. These are all the possessive forms of the personal pronouns. It's no apostrophe here. We, ours, no apostrophe. You, yours, no apostrophe. They, theirs, without an apostrophe. I hope it is clear. So Now let me first of all briefly discuss the use of apostrophe, but our focus will be on pronouns. The first use is, as it says, used to show that one or more letters or numbers have been left out, as in she's for she is. So she apostrophe s is the contraction for she's. Another example is apostrophe 63 for 1963. So if you want to write 1963, you just have to put an apostrophe and 63. Similarly, you can just put apostrophe and then 21, which means 2021. Okay. Then second, used before or after the letter S to show that something belongs to somebody, as in Sam's watch and the horse's tails. Sam's watch belonging to Sam, and the horse's tails, apostrophe after S. But as I said at the outset, I am not focusing on apostrophe S in this video. Third, the mark used before the letter S to show the plural of a letter or number, as in how many threes are there in 9. So the answer is there are three threes. Okay, how many threes? So here you can't write 3s, you must put an apostrophe. Similarly, there are two m's in comma. Either you, in India we say double M. There are two m's. So in such cases also we put an apostrophe. So now let us look here. We are going to look at the use of the pronoun one. Used to avoid repeating a noun when you are referring to somebody, something that has already been mentioned or that the person you are speaking to knows about. I would like an ice cream. Are you having one too? Here one means are you also having an ice cream? Okay. Our car's always breaking down. Of course, here car is always breaking down, but we are getting a new one soon. Look at the use of one. She was wearing her new dress, the red one. Steve's is the one with the blue jacket. Some people are standing at a distance or in the distance, and somebody is pointing towards a gentleman or boy who needs to be identified as Steve. So the person says, Steve's the one with the blue jacket. Look at the one. Steve is the one with the blue jacket. Okay. My favorite pen? Oh, that's a hard one. Hard one means that's a hard question. What made you choose the one rather than the other? British English, how about those ones over there? How about those ones over there? I will return to such examples in a little while. Okay. Then second one, used when you are identifying the person or thing you are talking about. Our house is the one next to the school. Our house is the one. The students who are most successful are usually the ones who come to all the classes. Here, ones in plural form. One of. It is a present for one of my children. We think of you as one of the family. Then fourth, a person of the type mentioned, 10 o'clock is too late for the little ones. Again, one has been used in the plural sense. He ached to be home with his loved ones. One to do something. She was never one to criticize. Means she was not the kind of person who enjoyed criticizing anyone. Now, I wish to draw your special attention to definition 5. Now, look at here. And this is an example of smart English. And my feeling is that we Indians should use it more and more. But this is typically formal English, used to mean people in general or I, when the speaker is referring to himself or herself. So, in the sense number 5, one refers to either people in general or the speaker. Now, look at it. One should never criticize if one is not sure of one's facts. One should never criticize means people should not criticize, or I should never criticize if one is not sure of one's facts. And this is a very good example to understand when to use an apostrophe with one and when not to use. Now look at it. One should never criticize if one is not sure of one's facts. So, one simple personal pronoun, one's facts, one once is the possessive form of the pronoun one. And it is important to remember among all personal pronouns, one is the only pronoun which is used with an apostrophe to denote its possessive form. So, let me return to the original examples. Here, look here. One should respect one's elders. So, one should respect one's elders. Elders belonging to one means people. Okay. Now look here. Give me some mangoes, the ripe ones. So you must be able to distinguish between this ones with an apostrophe and this one without an apostrophe. So one should respect one's elders. This first ones is the possessive form of the pronoun one, just like yours without an apostrophe is the possessive form of your, hers with no apostrophe is the possessive form of she, ours without an apostrophe is the possessive form of we, and theirs without an apostrophe is the possessive form of they. So, but here give me some mangoes, the ripe ones. So here apostrophe should not come because this one is simply the plural of one. Buy a kilo of apples, small ones or the smaller ones. No apostrophe is required. Ram goes to school by bus. It is important to remember, particularly school going children, that no verb takes an apostrophe before S. All the schools are closed due to the pandemic, and no plurals don't take apostrophe, and exceptions I have already shown you where plural take an apostrophe. And here how many threes are there, apostrophe s, or there are two m's in comma, so you just put one s before, you must put an apostrophe before s and after m. There are two m's in comma, but as I said in the beginning, this is a typical example, do's and don'ts, but here you can't put an apostrophe. because D is not a letter. In fact, it is a word do, and the plural form of do is do's, which should be used without an apostrophe. So I hope that it has been helpful to you, or as I was using the word one, let me use it in a sentence. One hopes that what was discussed in this video is of some help to you. Until the next video, bye.